my phone holder set up. Boy, that's close up. Oh well. Good early afternoon to anybody that watches this. I surprisingly had 16 votes last month when I asked about doing more lives as opposed to vlog style videos. Yeah, the last couple times I've gone live, I've had like 6 people watch, so I don't know what is that all about. Anyway, nothing exciting going on today. Although if you've seen my community post, I found my long lost 8-track tapes, the mixed ones. So when I get back from town, I'm going to make a video. That's okay, Ralph. But I'm excited to be able to get back home and do another 8-track mixtape. I should have started this after I started driving. There we go. I normally wait till I'm off the dirt road, but I don't want anybody complaining about my seatbelt. Signal going off. Anyway, I also made some homemade apple butter out of those Arkansas black apples. It was a little bit of a fail. Some of it was, but I did salvage about half of it. So, and it tasted amazing. I don't know how much of that had to do with the apples and how much of that had to do with added spices. All in all, it was good. Oh my gosh. Why does my road have to suck so bad? It's like we're on a roller coaster. Dang. And supposedly they just graded this road too. They didn't do a very good job. I don't think you guys can tell yet. I can't tell yet, but I've hit my calorie goals for the last 4 or 5 days. So that's a plus. Let's see what's in the mail. A box. I have a box. No, it can't be my wee box already. It's too early. Something from the College of Forestry and Agriculture? For my husband. I wonder if that has to do with hunting. Well, let's go see what's at the post office. It must be a package from my husband. I thought he ordered something off Amazon. I haven't ordered anything recently. I just realized I can't think the stem in this is starting to break or weaken, which is why. Why it's getting looser when I drive. Well, if I move this too far up, it records the sun visor. There we go. I'll just zoom you all in a little. Whoa. A little bit. How's that? Not perfect, but Facebook, I mean, obviously they're supposedly some of her closest friends, family, and whatnot, which is great to have a mixed bag of opinions. statement left-leaning 2 years ago. And I'm still getting crap for it from Trump supporters, so I don't know. I will obviously never be YouTube famous. I'll probably not even reach 5,000 subscribers before I die, but at least I have the chance to go live now and monetize a few of my old videos that have been up forever that are pretty popular. Although the bin barrel is about to be completely redone. The bin barrel was great while it lasted, or the burn barrel was great while it lasted. It was amazing until, of course, it also started to get clogged up, and I couldn't get all of the trash to filter through after it burned. Part of it, I think, was because of the rain. Still have the Trump signs up. I think I've talked my husband into helping me figure out how to create a permanent, like, incinerator area. We had one in the 70s growing up in Kansas City, which seems strange now, but there was just the tiniest little, it almost looked like a homemade barbecue in a weird way, made out of rock and cement. I don't know if the city put it in. I don't know if the people that lived there before we did, or in the 30s or 40s, put it in. Because a lot of the homes probably within a 3 to 5 mile radius from downtown were built in the 30s. So, yeah. Anyway, because people use retaining wall bricks and other decorative bricks for fire pits and stuff. So I thought, what was the difference if we made one to burn trash in? I would never have to worry about it rusting again. I've gone through 4 barrels since we've lived here. I haven't even burned trash in the last year because as the one I made the video for started to rust, it just wasn't safe and I didn't want to make it worse. In fact, it's already rusted on its own towards the bottom where it has trash, ashes and stuff in it, and it's rusted all the way across, and it's broken and it's leaning and it's tilted, and it needs to get tossed out. But we don't have a pickup truck. We don't have a way to get it to the dump. And even if we did, it has to be emptied out first. So yeah. And right there is where I want to put the other one, so we can't even build another one until we get rid of that barrel. And we're going to have to clear out some of that area permanently, maybe put some weed paper down and some gravel, and then somehow build a little cement slab or something. I'm not too sure. I'm not the best with how that works. Although the burn barrel right now is sitting on a large piece of natural rock. I don't know if that would be big enough. So yeah. I don't know if we're going to put a big grate in the bottom like we did this one, and then have just like a big space where we have to sweep out the ashes all the time. Or we could just put a big door in the side, like they used to do fireplaces or chimneys and stuff on the outside. I think my grandma still has one. Put a door on the side where we could just sweep out the whatever doesn't burn. so glad the wheel bearing on my car is not as loud as it used to be. That was so hard to edit over. Alright, I guess if I don't get any more viewers here in the next few minutes, when I get back from the post office, I'll probably cut this, because I'm pretty boring to listen to ramble on. The drive isn't bad. I mean, I can just, when I'm done with this, mute myself out and just post a review of the drive from my town to town, which is where Walmart and, you know, people are, lots more people are. Here we go. Now I just can't move it. Nice parking. I was going to park there. Don't think you can see it from here. Let's see if I pull back enough. You guys can't see that. Like, should I be petty? Because I can be. My car will fit there. I guess I won't be a bitch today. It's not that hard to park in the lines. I'll be back. Was a package for my husband. I don't know what he ordered. gun stuff. Why does my car smell warm? That's not good. Guess I'll have to check the antifreeze. Gosh darn it. I'm getting there. Alrighty. So anyway, getting annoyed with the YouTube algorithm. That last reaction video I uploaded about 6 times and got blocked every time. I'm watching some of these newer people, some newer reactions, and I can't believe that somehow they're still able to play pretty much the whole song with only like 2 pauses. Yet I paused it every 20 seconds. And I blurred the image and flipped it backwards. Still got blocked. I don't know. I thought there was sort of secret maybe. And then there's people doing movie reactions that are actually monetized. I'm gonna have to sit down and I think I'm gonna sit down with a pen and paper and try to figure out how that whole thing works. Because I'd really love to get back to 6 Feet Under reactions. And I know that they are doing that special 10-episode revival of Dexter next year. And that was one of the shows that my son and I watched religiously and totally fell in love with. And I'd love to do reactions with him when that comes out. But I have to figure out how those work without getting blocked. It's part of the reason I quit doing the 6 Feet Under. Maybe I was leaving too many sentences in a row. I've noticed a lot of people, they will literally, even with like Buffy reactions, you literally get 3 seconds of footage and then just sound. So maybe it's more about the visual than what's being said. But that being said, when I get home and do the 8-track video today, that would probably be demonetized too. I don't think I played enough of the song on the other one. I played until I figured out what it was, pretty much, and then when I edited it, I could have sworn I had less than 10 seconds of song. So, yeah. It's ridiculous. And there will be a whole series up on TikTok, though. So far, there's been a very, very few handful of bits of music that has been muted by TikTok. For the most part, almost everything is up for grabs. I don't know how long that'll last, now that it's partially owned by an American company. Whoosh! That little white line was a little bit slippery. To whoever else has joined. And since I had to post that other video reaction on Patreon, my one and only faithful supporter has made a few recommendations. So I will probably do those next. He's the only one supporting me right now over there. drive into town. I got about, I don't know, 15 minutes before I get there. Wish I'd had a flag so badly. I wish I'd had a flag when he was called on Saturday, since I live in I don't think any county turned blue in my state, but I'd have loved to fly a big Biden flag off the back of this tiny little car. I don't know though. I'm really trying not to be very petty. I mean, you know, the local Facebook group in this town has been nothing but hate and vitriol for 4 years. And I've posted 1 or 2 videos, and that's it, because I really don't want to stoop to their level. It's really hard to behave. But I'm doing it. I'm not gloating. Even at work, I was good. I didn't go in and gloat. There's only 2 Biden supporters in my store to the 13 people that work there. And one of them is my friend Billy, who has been in quite a few of my videos. And she's trans. Where are we going? We are going to town. We are going to Harrison, Arkansas. Most racist town in Arkansas. Probably in the country, to be honest, but I don't know. I'm going to Walmart. I need to pick up some soda, a couple of lunches for my husband, and a tomato and some, I almost said grapes, some garlic. Because when we watched the football game yesterday, I made this. I love trans people too. My daughter is trans as well. But for the game yesterday, I made this like white trash, low cost charcuterie board. Is that what it's called? And I had some crostini bread I had gotten at Aldi and some tomato pesto. But I want some tomatoes and garlic to put on there too and make some actual bruschetta to snack on. Since I'm trying to watch what I'm eating, I think I'll just have a few slices of that for lunch. I've already got the balsamic vinegar. Heck, I could even just make a tomato and mozzarella salad. Or plate, if I wanted to. I thought about going to Hobby Lobby, but I don't feel like it today. I thought about going to Aldi's as well to get some more grapes. I picked up these grapes the other day. They're called Autumn Crisp, and they're supposedly Muscat grapes, which is what Moscato wine is made of, which is my favorite. These grapes are so huge and crispy. They're amazing. For my daughter, that would be male to female, because that's why I call her my daughter, because that's her correct pronouns. Same with my friend Billy. Maybe that one wasn't as obvious. I don't know if I said her. Billy's in a few of my past videos here. We hung out for her birthday last year. She went to Silver Dollar City with me and my mom for my birthday. I think we went to Pride year before last. So, yeah. My daughter's wife is also trans. And in the military, so she's probably breathing a sigh of relief right now. She doesn't really have to worry about her job, at least for quite some time. Now we have to wait on those 2 Georgia Senate seats. They didn't stay very long. A lot of trees are already half bare. Oh, there's a car sneaking up on me because I'm only driving 52. Trying to be careful on these curves and on this wet pavement. It may have been raining all morning, but it hasn't been heavy. Sliding into a ditch today. Oh, and on the plus side, I still haven't gotten an answer from my husband. I wish I had by now because I want to make the appointment. I found out that there is an actual, well, okay, technically I guess it's not cable, but it's a broadband internet for my house that is not satellite. It will not cost me $60 for only 10 gigs. In fact, it's unlimited, and it's $60 a month. But I have to find out if they can reach me, which kind of worries me. It's some new thing called Air Fiber. They piggyback off of the fiber signal with regular radio waves. And right now, a bunch of people in my town, closer to town, already have it. And they have a big antenna booster on the 3 water towers. Like, there's one in Diamond City, there's one in Lead Hill, and there's a water tower right behind me, like less than a half a mile. But that's only if you go directly up the mountain. So that's the problem, is there's a little bit of a wave, and there's a little bit of a peak, and then my house sits right on the edge of the mountain. Luckily, I'm the first house just down the hill, on the small part. But they said when the installation people come out, they have to find out if I can get the signal. Because with radio waves, you have to be in line of sight. So, and she said the tallest pole they've ever done is a 50-foot pole to grab a signal. And I was looking at Google Earth, and I'm something like 25 meters below where the water tower is. So I don't know if it has to be that specific. I'll try a 50-foot pole if I have to. But their slowest internet speed is 10 megabits per second, which might sound slow to a lot of people, but I've had to live with my phone for the last 5 years, 6 years as my only internet source. And the fastest I can, on a good evening when nobody else is on, or when it's a clear sky and AT&T is behaving, I can get 5, maybe. But on average, I get 3.3, which isn't horrible, so believe it or not. I mean, I can download movies and videos. I can download at a megabyte per second, which is good when I'm downloading like WoW updates and stuff, or downloading a torrent. But for some reason, when it comes to uploading YouTube videos, it's slow. When it comes to actually trying to stream for real, and not just you guys watching me play World of Warcraft, and then I can't have my camera because it freezes. I can't have one of those cute overlays because it freezes. I can't have a subscription counter. I can't have, anything like that because it's just not enough. But if I can have a 10 megabit per speed download, the things that I could do, I'll be so excited. I wanted to have them install it this coming Thursday, but again, my husband hasn't said yes or no, because he's gotta have to be the one to pay for it, plus the installation fee. And then I have to work on, the first 2 months it'll be $100, because they'll divide up the installation fee into thirds. After that, it'll be $60 on the first, which is no big deal. I can save up my tips. Even though we've been dead, I could probably just save up like $5 a day every time I work. that's my biggest new news is that I'm hoping that by the 15th or 16th of this month that I can have internet, real unlimited internet for the first time. And even though I can use my phone to stream Netflix, or Jason can use his phone to play on the Xbox, and it does okay, it's still not perfect. But with unlimited internet, we'd actually be able to stream TV and not worry about whether or not we're going to max out our hotspot. So we pick and choose what to stream. You know, we watch a football game each Sunday. I don't really watch much on the actual TV. I watch most of it on my phone. My phone is my computer. But I do use it as a hotspot if I have the laptop in the bedroom and I'm trying to edit videos and upload them and I'm watching YouTube at the same time. That's going to cost data as well. So, and because of COVID, AT&T has upped my 30 gigs to 45 temporarily. I think it might still be 30. They might have finally backed it off at the end of summer. I'm not sure. We don't max it out often anymore just because we're careful. But for tethered hotspot to my computer, I easily use 200 gigs a month. There's no way around it. No way around it. But anyway, that's enough about me rambling on like a crazy person. I've got about 10 minutes probably, maybe, before I hit Walmart. If anybody else has anything they want to talk about or any questions, I'm an open book. I got a mean comment on my stillbirth video, which kind of made me sad. I can expect mean comments on things like my reaction videos because I'm always having to destroy them in order to get them not blocked. Plus what I said about Trump in that one video. But I never expected any kind of mean comments on any of my videos that have to do with stillbirth or with my daughter in general or anything loss related. So that was a little bit of a punch in the gut. She was complaining about the lack of continuity and that my story was kind of all over the place. I mean, I was trying to tell it in chronological order, and, you know, I have ADD and I sometimes go off on tangents, but I didn't think it was that bad. Plus, you know, someone's retelling a story of the fact that their baby died. You know, it might not be all hunky-dory in perfect sequence, and, you know, give me a fucking break. She hasn't replied to my reply, so. And one of the girls in my Lost Mom group also gave a reply, so maybe she doesn't have anything else to say for herself. So many little clips of videos that I intend to put up as videos that I never do. It's ridiculous. Like I went to the antique store a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I posted that or if I only put it on TikTok. I don't know. I found this tiny little spice cabinet that I bought, and I'm going to turn into like a little witchy cabinet for my son's girlfriend. She's into all things like witchy right now, and it's got these cute little round glass jars with little corks, and I thought if she wanted to, she could put like some crystals or some sage or whatever she wanted to in them. So I'm in the process of painting it, and I just got through pouring a little tiny epoxy. It has this circle on the front. I don't know what was supposed to be in there. It makes it look like a birdhouse, but it's got this little 3-inch circle, and I made a little epoxy window for it. It's It's got a little crescent moon and a blue sky with some glitter. And when we were at the thrift store Saturday up in Springfield, we went to a little thrift store, and I found these little vintage pumpkins with little 10 watt light bulb in them. So they're all encompassing. I don't have to put a cord. I was trying to think about how to put a light in there. So maybe not today, but tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to drill a little, cut out a hole in the back so I can embed the little light in there. I've already painted the little orange plastic, the same color as the back. It's really super cute. You guys should go find me on TikTok, because a lot of my little short, like 2 or 3 minute things that I just want to say are much easier to post there. I don't know. I think my TikTok might be in my description. I'm not sure. It might be in my channel. No, they probably don't have channel icons for TikTok. Oh, and this person is probably not watching. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with my window opposite? But I need to thank whoever sent me a $5 coffee. I've had my coffee page up probably at least a year longer than my Patreon page. And when my one and only patron, who is still following me, started following me, he sent me a $3 coffee, but somebody sent me a $5 one last week, because I got a PayPal notification that I had $5, and I was like, wait, what? Where does $5 come from? So, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I thank him for the support. I'm still trying to get a ring light. I mean, I finally, my webcam is okay, don't get me wrong, I like it. I wish I could have gotten the $99 one or the $50 one and not the $25 one. But I finally, here in the last few videos, I've taken to just recording on my phone, because the light is a little more realistic. It's super high quality. I can record in 4K if I wanted to. So now I've kind of jerry-rigged my tripod to be able to hold my phone, and it sits on the other side of the desk because it's just nicer. The only problem with that, I discovered the other day doing a reaction video, is that I have to use the mic for I tried using the silver mic that I bought and realized that it wasn't going to work, because when I was recording the video, unlike the recording software that I would normally use, it has an option for input where I can input what audio I'm using. Whereas since I'm not using recording software, my microphone is not recording. I mean, I suppose I could set it up to record independently, possibly. But then again, just like my old-fashioned recording, old-fashioned reaction videos, that requires me to line up the audio with my lips, and I mean, it's possible. It's a lot of work, though. I just know that I would do it wrong. Oh, but anyway, yeah. So I have a ring light. It's in my Amazon cart. It's also in my wish list. If you guys ever want to check that out. And sometimes when I have the money, I'm like, yes, I'm going to buy it. And then I'm like, well, do I really need it? I still have, you know, a DIY light setup, which is okay. And if I record during the day, especially like today, the light coming in from the window isn't horrible, so why waste money when I'd rather buy something else? There's a different microphone actually that I'd like to get, and there's also a little audio mixer box I'd like to get, along with a better tripod, one of those smaller tripods you can carry around. And all three of those things are on my Amazon list. If anybody would like to feel generous and wants to help a girl out for Christmas. So, yeah. I don't usually plug myself that much, but I don't know. I guess a part of me thought that when I hit 1,000 subscribers, my videos will be pushed a little bit harder. And in fact, they were at first. I got like 100. I must have gotten 50 subscribers the first week.
New message.
After I hit 1,000. And then another 25 within a couple. I mean, it took maybe a week and a half. All of a sudden I was at 125 more, which it took me a month to get my last 100. So I was like, yes, this is it. This is going to work. This is going to be, the numbers are just going to keep rolling in. And now I think I'm at 1,150, and part of it's my fault. I haven't been able to upload as much as I want. It took over a week to upload that stupid reaction video, which isn't actually uploaded. It's actually for free on Patreon because I could never get it to upload without being blocked. So yeah, let's see what the hubbies had to text me. Okay, see, that sucks too. That I become disconnected when I go to any other app on my phone.
New message. Do you wish to read it now?
Well, that sucks. He's just now getting off work and I just now got to town. I don't think I'll meet him home. Depends on how fast I am in the store. Plus I was going to stop at Taco Bell for lunch.
New message. Do you wish to read it?
Say what, no homeless people today begging? There's one guy. There were 3 last weekend.
New message.
Was he leaving or no? Come on, Red Dodge. Thank you. I was going to park over there on the left, but if he's going to leave. All right, welcome to a couple more people or a couple different people.
New message.
Oh, yay, a wrong way down the one way. I just love that when the people do that. And I'm petty and sit in the middle, so yeah. All right, well, I'm here, so I'm going to cut this. Pretty sure y'all don't want to go to the store with me. Even though I do have a full battery. We see y'all watch and look at all the people not wearing masks. You know, I came in here the other day, and I walked in behind 3 people not wearing masks, and the Walmart girl just looked at them, and then she looked at me. She didn't say a freaking word. It was like, welcome to Arkansas, where we don't care. Y'all get COVID and die. So what's the word? Do you guys want to stick around and go in the store with me, or do you want me to cut the stream? There's 4 people watching, so there should be 4 votes. Alright, I guess we'll just go inside then. I'll try to make it quick. Soda, dog food. Tomato garlic. Unless I can find the bruschetta topping in a jar. Put my pop socket on. All right. Getting annoyed at my mask. Whenever I get them new, some of them, they don't seem to fog up my glasses, but today, this one's misbehaving badly. I was hoping I was going to be able to prop you guys up, but I can't. Ooh. Should I try these? These were okay. They were super dry. I don't need these. I'm on a diet, but oh my geez. Okay, I already have pumpkin cookies at home. Don't need those. I'm guessing the bruschetta toppings will be by the pasta sauce.
I know he used to do baking, but
Glad to be of service. Alright, let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Pizza sauce. Pasta sauce. Tomatoes. Tomato sauce. Doesn't look very chunky though. It almost looks like salsa. But it's only $2.74. I don't know. Maybe I should just get a couple tomatoes and some garlic. It would cost me more though. Sorry. I'm just gonna put this back. Do it the old-fashioned way. Seen more masks today than usual. That's strange. I say as a guy walks by without one. And a lady. Oh, look, they got polar bears already. Well, that pallet thing is loud. Alrighty. I need some creamer. Run over and get dog food. Always sold out of my creamer. Dang it. Well, I have enough for tomorrow. I'll have to pick up one at Price Chopper, I guess, while I'm at work on Wednesday. The eggnog is out. I love the holidays. My husband doesn't, which sucks. I thought somebody was about to pass you.
Okay, now we're too fun.
Traffic jam over here in the pet food. Whoa! We need some lights over here.
Need stoplight.
Yes. Alright. They don't have two of my favorite ones at this store, which sucks, so I always have to compromise. I've been getting her this stuff, but they don't sell the small bags here. Small $10 bags, and I can't afford $25 at once. Or Rachel Ray makes a Crave that's bison and something else, but they don't sell that in the small bags here either. I usually can pick it up after work. Okay, I said my list out loud before I came in, and now I've forgotten. I guess we'll go get the tomato and the garlic. It's not very many items to drive a half an hour into town, but the dog needed food. I can't wait till they put the rest of these on clearance. They have so many of them. I have one at home, but it's really good stuff. I could turn it into a ham glaze, or I mixed a tablespoon of it in it with my apple butter when I was making it. Ooh, these look good for Thanksgiving. Normally I use stovetop, but I think we'll try that. They've already got all the Thanksgiving stuff in the middle. yams, cream of mushroom soup, green beans. I was gonna cheat and buy the dry, or the jarred cloves of garlic. So I know if I buy one, I won't use it before the rest of it goes bad. I don't see them here. It's alright, I have a little bit of minced garlic at home from last time I made chili. Ooh, these are only $2. Heck yeah. On the vine still. This one has 6. Oh, they're $2 a pound. My bad. Does it help if I could read? These look really nice. Let's see how much they weigh. Pound and a half. I will go ahead and buy them. A little bit expensive for tomato, but not bad. Do I need anything else? Oh. I came to get some lunches for my husband for work. Let's see. Get another one of these while they have them. These are almost always sold out. We haven't had any burritos in a while. Let's see what's on the other side. Yes, Thursday off, but I won't be here. Where's all the burritos in Mexican? Thursday I'll be going up to my son's, and two of his girlfriend's sons are graduating high school this year, and I'm going to do their senior pictures. I don't know if it's like that in the UK, but we have a half an aisle full of pizza. Just pizzas. The only chimichangas they have are beef and cheese. Not very many things, but I think that's gonna cut it for now. I have milk for breakfast. I have breakfast, but I don't know how many servings. I think I'll be alright. Let's get out of here. gonna run to Taco Bell, and I'm sure y'all don't want to watch me eat. Well, yeah, if I lived in the city, like if I was visiting my mom right now, I could probably get to the store within a few miles. I live out in the country on 15 acres. So, I mean, I have a town that's 8 minutes away where I can get gas, and we have a Dollar General for some small things. But if I want to get a lot of things and I don't want to spend, you know, $8 on a bag of dog food that size, I mean, I kind of do anyway because I try to buy her the good stuff. But yeah, I live in the country, so that's why. Let me see how much these tomatoes weigh.
Select from list or key in the item's code.
Wow, those came up at almost 2 pounds. Oh well. That's not bad. $24.66. Of course, I always buy way more when I come to town. So I'm not paying for it anyway. Yeah. Possibly. It also gets mad if you don't put the card in correctly. And it depends on what you're getting. Normally I don't spend that much on tomatoes. Normally I get just one. Although they've been running about $1-ish or more a pound. I just thought these fresh ones looked good. Uh-oh. It depends. Let me take this mask off so I can talk better. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts are kind of expensive, yes. But like drumsticks and thighs aren't that expensive. You can get like a whole chicken or like a bag of chicken pieces frozen. The frozen is cheaper rather than the fresh stuff. Here's two lovelies without a mask. I need to clean out the back of my car. It's not as bad as it usually is. I can still fit quite a bit in this tiny trunk. Alright. There's that. It depends on the cheese. If it's what you consider a fancy, if it's anything that's not like cheddar, mozzarella, or American, it can be. Oh yeah, people around here don't like that I have stuff like that written on my car. I mean, not only is this town very racist, it's very bigoted. A lot of old-fashioned thinking going on that gets passed down from generation to generation. I'd like to think in the next decade, when my mom's generation has mostly died out, America won't have another close election like we just did for horrible people. All right, pop socket off. Put you guys back up here. Yes. Here we go. Yes, I am. I'm a little tiny bit of blue in my red state. Well, it depends. I think people thought or hoped, yeah, true. I mean, we never expected to, excuse me, Jesus Christ. We never expected to flip Georgia, that's for sure. And the fact that it took so long, but that was also expected. People knew that Trump supporters would show up mostly in person, and the majority of Biden votes would be mail-in. Do I want to go all the way down to Taco Bell? Yeah. I was refreshing that thing on my page like every half an hour. Yeah, I think they thought Pennsylvania might have been, but he finally pulled out enough ahead that mathematically, there's another Fiat. I don't know. I think Georgia is. I checked the map this morning, and I haven't checked it in a while since it was called. But I think Georgia's recounting, but all right, I'm not going to Taco Bell. I can't eat tacos and drive, especially a stick. And right now I'm trying to beat my husband home because I think my keys are in his car. So technically my front door eventually, or do you mean make a nice concession speech like you should have done already? Or do you mean they'll have to drag him out of the office kicking and screaming? I don't think he'll do that. I don't know. I was just watching David Pakman or somebody on YouTube today, and they said that normally by now other presidents have usually done it within 24 hours or so. every single thing that he's tried to go to court with has been thrown out. So he will eventually. I've heard that even Melania, I posted a TikTok on my Facebook about this last night, that even Melania has said, you know, look, you just need to quit being a sore loser, just, you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. He's quite the baby, to be honest. Okay, no fries for me. I'm trying to keep the carbs down. And we're having risotto for dinner. So.
Hi, I'm sorry. Your order is ready.
Yeah, can I get number one, just a sandwich?
A number one, just a sandwich?
Yeah.
Alright. That would be $6.37.
Thanks. I probably should not have gotten a smokehouse brisket because I'm wearing a brand new white shirt. We all know that white shirts are like magnets for ketchup and whatnot. What'd she say? 637 or 647? I have a friend at work that I tried not to get into an argument with last month when she said that she was still going to vote for Trump. Even though I've played her plenty of videos about him straight up lying and stuff like that. I have a trans woman at work, my friend Billy, who I work with. She posted on Facebook a meme the other day that said, you can't tell someone you love them and then still vote for Trump. And my friend said, really, Billy? And I can't believe that, I don't know. My husband thinks I was being over dramatic when I kept making references to Handmaid's Tale when Amy Coney Barrett got put in, but I don't know. Maybe that's maybe that's white male privilege. I mean, not knowing, not thinking about maybe having to pay attention to things that happen to women.
Hi, total $6.37. And any sauces for you?
No.
Alright.
Yay, it's the first time I've had cash on me in a while since I worked Saturday. I worked all week because of jury duty.
Alright, there you are.
Thanks.
Yeah, there, yeah.
Why is this car parked in front of me? So anywho, I've heard people saying that Biden can't actually do a national mask mandate, not a strict one, supposedly, unless he writes a, I don't want to go that way, unless he writes a executive order. I think all he can do, supposedly, is just call up all the governors and say, hey, you really need to do this. And as much as I appreciate states having their own will of, you know, freedom of will of whatever, something like this we need to be united. I almost said divided, united on. And people in my state, a lot of the South, a lot of the Bible Belt doesn't take it seriously. Shoot, I have only one square on my gas gauge, 16th of a tank. I don't know if I'll make it. I might have to stop in Berkeley for gas. Thought I heard sirens, but I guess not. I'm gonna turn you guys back around so that I can eat my lunch, not make a fool out of myself. Woo! 3 o'clock, pretty much on the nose. Yay, that means this little shortcut is open. The hospital has taken over this little, this old bank area for COVID testing. And it's closed till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you stick around long enough before bed, I will be home in about 25 minutes. Provided I don't have to stop for gas. And you'll see what I mean by why I live so far out. Nope, they sure aren't. But I've been getting a laugh out of, there's been quite a few TikTok videos scrolling around. I kind of wish I did live closer to people for this reason, but there are people that are like taking down their flags and picking up their Biden signs, you know. I watched one yesterday. This guy pulled up all of his Trump signs out of his yard, and then he started to walk back towards the garage, and then he came back out and he yanked his little tiny flag that was stuck in the ground. He just kind of pulled it out of the ground like he was mad. Like a kid who tells him he has to pick up his basketball and come back inside. And I said at the beginning of this stream, I don't know how many of you are here still since the beginning of the stream, but I'm trying not to be petty. I'm really trying to act like an adult for the most part. I voted on election day because I wanted to see if it was going to be crazy here. I wanted to see if there was going to be voter suppression or intimidation. Just because of this town. And I recorded a TikTok of me voting. If anybody's interested in that, it's on my TikTok page. Which I don't know. It may be underneath the description on my videos. I can't remember if I've put it there or not. I know I've tied my YouTube channel to my TikTok. And this barbecue brisket sandwich smells amazing. And I don't know if she gave me any napkins. I gotta keep a close eye on my gas gauge. I don't think there was any Senate in Arkansas. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look. I recorded myself when I printed my ballot back out. There was a couple of like, you know, things with numbers, that were being voted on, and I probably should have paid more attention to that. I tried to read the description though of whatever it was to make an informed decision. If there was someone else to vote for though, I made sure and voted for whatever the Democrat one was. But Arkansas stayed red. Everything stayed red. I'm just one little tiny blue floating out here in a red sea. I think so. And this is going to sound horrible of me. I didn't vote until 2008 when I was 39, and I probably should have voted sooner, but I guess for some reason, I don't know, maybe I didn't think it mattered or was important or whatnot. Let's see, when was Ronald Reagan in office? Mid-80s. I couldn't have voted then. I might have voted for Ronald Reagan. I don't remember who he ran against. But that might just be my mistaken, nostalgic brain thinking that he was a good president and not really knowing a lot about what actually happened during his presidency. I've been learning since that maybe he wasn't as great as he seemed, although I watch a lot of 80s specials on like sci-fi and Discovery and stuff, and they always talk about how Reagan pulled us out, you know, Reaganomics and this and that and the other, and made the middle class again, and I'm sure my parents benefited from that. My mom owned her own business for a short time. My dad was a corporate lawyer. We definitely weren't hurting. I mean, if you wanted to classify, you couldn't have classified them as yuppies because they were probably 45 by then. But, yeah. So a lot of that stuff didn't bother me. And again, as I said when I went into Walmart, or earlier, that could have been my ignorant white privilege at work. No, they didn't. I don't think that they thought to, because again, I'm white and I'm blonde haired and blue eyed and I blend in. So they probably just assumed. Except for the 3 black guys I saw in the parking lot on the way in. So I gave him a little wave. And one of the black guys was in line in front of me. Which is on my TikTok video as well. And as we were leaving, I left before he did. I came out of the building before he did. And as we were leaving, I waited for him to catch up to my car. And I told him that I wasn't going to ask him who he voted for. But I wanted to let him know that I had his back and that I was on his, his side. And he said he appreciated it. So, but anyway, as far as the other presidential races, I guess I don't know if I'd have voted for either of the Bushes. I wasn't reading into political stuff then. I saw all the ads, yada, yada, yada. Clinton, I can't remember. Clinton seemed to do quite a few good things, but then I hear people talking about bad things he did. I was in my own little world then. I'd just gotten divorced and we had lived through a flood and I had 2 little children. So life was rough. When you're super duper poor and you're living on food stamps and welfare that barely pays the rent, I guess maybe that was the least of my concerns, but maybe it should have been. So yeah. But in 2008 I voted for Obama. He was change that we needed. I don't know. You mean near as in like my neighbors within a mile or 2 radius, or are you talking about like the people in this county? The town, the small city / large town I just left, I'm not sure about my neighbors for sure. I've never really asked them. I'm not super close to them. I know one of them. She's on my Facebook Messenger. But I'm going to say... Oh, thanks, Lee. As a matter of fact, let me finish my other thought first. Anyway, George, the town that I just left is considered the most racist town in Arkansas. So, I'm going to say that probably 95% sure that my neighbors are probably racist as well. In fact, the town that I live in, before they built the dam and filled the lake, the town used to be down there until it moved up into a little bit higher ground where it is now. And the largest hill, which is kind of where the gas station is now, Inlet Hill, back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, that was the hill that they burnt the crosses, that the KKK burnt their crosses on. So if that tells you anything about the history of this area, I don't know what does. The head of the KKK in this area lives in Harrison, and he posts in the Facebook group for Harrison Coffin. He claims that he's misunderstood. But anyway, Lee, I can't wait for Eurovision to start up again. I really wanted to do Eurovision on the spot, like weekly reactions this year, so I was really disappointed that it got canceled. The one guy, as I said before, that still supports me on Patreon, he has given me a few song suggestions. I don't know if they're Eurovision or were Eurovision contestants, but I'm going to react to 2 or 3 of those that I haven't heard of. I thought he said something about the word winners for one of them, so maybe. So, except for the hi from England, or mean, hi from Arkansas, the city of figs. But after I do my 8-track video this evening, I think tomorrow I will record one of those other European songs that my patron suggested. In fact, have you seen? No? What do you mean by challenged? And if you guys have seen the last couple reaction videos, I am trying to do more European pop stuff. I just did Take That, which somebody on my chili cooking video claimed it was the best European pop band ever. I don't know if I'm gonna say that because I haven't learned enough of them, but I did know who Robbie Williams was before I listened to any Take That. Comparing them, I keep comparing people and the contest to like American Idol because that's all we go by. Because we haven't had song competitions around for the last 50 odd years. And I keep forgetting about my sandwich. And I keep forgetting to check my gas light. Bergman. I always drive through on the way home. This is about the halfway point. There's a few Pokemon stops I usually stop at, but I did. Heard about that. Might have to send me like a link to an article or something, because that would be interesting to watch as well. Maybe, I don't know. George, I think the thing that made me kind of emotional the most watching that victory speech was watching some of the women and people of color reacting when Kamala Harris was speaking. I mean, people are always talking about Biden, and a lot of people forget to a lot of people forget to talk about the historical win for Kamala. Good job. Thanks for pulling out in front of me. You almost got hit by a giant green truck, dumbass. What the fuck? Did you guys see that? Stupid bitch. Sorry. Thanks for slowing me down. I mean, at first I thought the truck was further to her than that, but by the time she completed the other side of that yellow line, that truck could have clipped her. Right? Dang it, my gas light. I now have no gas. Damn it, now I'm going to have to turn around. Anyway, I mean, I would have still been, right? I would have been annoyed if she would have still cut me off. But the fact that she almost hit, that truck almost hit her. Yeah, I am completely on empty now. And I can go about 16 miles on empty, but it's 8 to the house, another 6. No, it's 8 to Lead Hill, 6 to the house. That's 15. I wouldn't be able to get out. I'd run out of gas before I got back to town. really that few drive on the left. For some reason, I thought more European countries did. Yeah, he is. And I would love to do more Eurovision songs for you guys, but to keep my great audience, but there's only so many that you can do, to be honest. I've already done like first place, second place, third place, last place. Nobody cares about the 7th places, I'm pretty sure. Probably not even a list for that. I'm going to disappear for a split second. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect me all the way. I need to message my husband and let him know that the door is not actually locked. Same here. I just reached in the doggy door and put a gallon of paint behind the door so the dog wouldn't accidentally brush it open when she busts in. So BRB. I'm back. It's starting to sprinkle again. Actually, I think besides the places, I did watch a compilation of the 2019s, and I think it was only the 2019s, perhaps, because I thought that one was going to be the only one everybody cared about because it was the most recent, because COVID had shut down this year's. Are there actually YouTube videos out there for like the very first ones? Or 60s ones? I have nothing against new music, but as I've said before on many of my videos, when we were in Germany for 4 years, I kind of fell in love with European and British pop being the same but different than in America. That's when I fell in love with Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue, even though she was over here to some extent. And Abbatines and, you know, Atomic Kitten and blah, blah, blah. So that's why I keep getting people to suggest to me, you know, 90s and early 2000s pop from Europe that I know that I've never heard of. And I'm such a, like, tunnel visioned kind of person that I will still play my little CD that I made back in, like, 2003 when I'm delivering pizza and don't have anything else I want to listen to, and I will blast, you know, Lost Ketchup and IO and, you know, Atomic Kitten songs, because that's just me. And I want to fall in love with more of that, like I have with Danny Vera. I just realized my phone hasn't been charging, but that's okay. So, here's the price of gas for all y'all in UK. This is the one I'm going to get today. I'm not going to get the unlimited premium. Would you like me to buy you a sandwich? I can ship it to you. I don't know how good it'll still be by the time it gets there. And no, I've never heard of them. So if you want to send me any suggestions. No, not a liter. A gallon.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here to make dinner time a little easier. Meal times can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to work, parent, and help with the schooling all at once. So let us help with KFC's $20 fill-ups. It's like a home-cooked meal you don't have to cook. Drive-thrus open or get contactless delivery.
I feel like I should just go live and like play TV. I know I can't do that because I'll still get demonetized, but just for all my European viewers who watch all the commercials and stuff. Here's my decals if no one has seen them ever on the back of my car or not taken the time to go check out my older videos. Yes, I drive a stick. Yes, I play Alliance in World of Warcraft. This is what was on my gas cap. Of course I have that one. Alright. Now that I put $5. Oh, okay, I lied. I put $7 in. I don't know what that is a liter. I know the 2 liter is right at what, 66 ounces, which is about 2 ounces more than a half a gallon. So that would be a gallon, I guess, would be about 4 ounces more than 4 liters, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know why stubborn America never used the metric system. And the only reason I know how much a 2 liter is because they sell 2 liters of soda. And I've read the ounces on it before for measuring to make like iced tea or something, I'm sure, in the past. My watch was happy with me just now because I got off my ass and walked around for a second. So I'll make you a deal. I will do one of my patron request songs, and then I will do one of Little Mix if you want to suggest a good song. Let's just hope it doesn't take me 2 weeks to put the reaction up. There's a slight chance I'll either have to remove the video altogether or put it up on Patreon again. I'm half tempted to do what people do when they do like full movie. Nope, I don't want to cut that bus off. Do what people do with full movies and full long TV show reactions. If I'd have known you were turning here, I would have freaking turned. And that's just do the reaction and have you bring your own video, because I'm starting to get annoyed as all hell. I mean, some people have done that, right? Some people watch like Walking Dead or movies. I started following this girl who watches 80s movies, and the first couple videos that she ever did, she just recorded herself on the couch and watched the movie off camera. Not a whole lot. I swore that I would never become, wow, I swore I'd never become like my mother and like be stuck in a generation when it comes to music. I remember when she would drive my sister and I to dance class, you know, during high school and stuff, and she always had the quote-unquote oldies radio station on that played stuff from the 50s and 60s. And I told her that I was always going to be into popular music. I was never going to let myself get stuck in a rut. And I do somewhat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still listen to the radio once in a while. I know who like Ed Sheeran is and Taylor Swift and all that stuff. But if I'm really in a mood and I need to get motivated to like clean the house, or it's 75 degrees and there's nice weather and I want to roll the windows down, I will always revert to my 70s playlist. So yeah, I don't know, that's just me. And what makes me even think about how the generation gap has shrunk is that if I was in high school in 85, let's say, and my mom was listening to music from 1965, that's only 20 years. Yet you can't tell me that you wouldn't listen to a song right now from like 1995 and still, it wouldn't still be like amazing. It's not classified as oldies. I don't even know if you classify it as retro, vintage. When's Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday in November. So that is not this coming Thursday, but 2 more Thursdays from now. And as far as being able to is kind of up for debate. I think it depends on the state you live in, whether people are following instructions. Hella good music from the 90s. I've been up, when this all first started, I did not go see my son and his girlfriend for about 4 months, and I used to go up to their house every other week to binge watch like movies and stuff like that and just hang out after they moved away. And then I finally decided, I was like, look, I work in the public, so do you. None of us have gotten sick yet. So, you know, it's just going to be me and it's just you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start coming up again once in a while. So I went up there, I think once or twice in the summer. And then my work started to say something like, oh, well, now you can't drive more than 2 hours from the store or you have to quarantine. And I was like, okay, whatever. I went to my stepmom's memorial in August up in Kansas City. They made me stay home for a week. They were going to make me stay home for 2 weeks, but they realized that we're short on drivers. And my boss was just like, hey, if you feel like coming back after a week, you know, go ahead. And I was like, okay, whatever. The problem is people are getting lax. Have you seen the chart lately? I just saw one yesterday. Everything is spiking back up because people are over it. But just because you're over it doesn't mean it's over. I've been to my mom and dad's. I've been to my mom and dad's probably 3 times since the middle of summer. They are both still healthy and have not caught it. I haven't caught it. I have no problem going to my mom and dad's because I'm pretty much driving from my car to their house. My mom works in the public too. She delivers pizza as well. So London Boys, that I don't think I've heard of them. Now, to be fair, somebody did send me an 80s UK pop request, and I did the video for it. And my recording didn't work. Either my microphone didn't work or the video didn't actually record. So I couldn't post the video, which made me so mad because it was a good song and it was somebody I didn't know. Let me look back at the list real quick. Of course I know Madonna. Lisa Stansfield, yes. Bananarama, yes. Kylie Minogue, yes. Jason Donovan, no. Rose, no. Erasure, yes. And London Boys, no. Was it someone close to you? Family? Or a friend? Can you tell I live in the mountains? Look at that view. The mountains in Arkansas are not nearly as big as, like, if you think of the Smoky Mountains or the Rockies, but there are still definitely mountainous areas in Arkansas. careful, or did she? I mean, did she follow all the rules, or did somebody accidentally bring it in and give it to her? There's this one spot. That's crazy. There's this one spot near my house, up by where the water tower is. I was talking about earlier, where I'm hoping to get some actual, real broadband internet. I call it the Overlook. I don't know. I found it when we first moved here, when we used to only take the back roads to town, because I didn't realize that there was a faster, that this road existed to go from my house to Bergman. Maybe I have taken a few pictures of it, but I mean, I would consider driving up there now, unless you have to get to bed. I know it's late. I dated a guy over the phone from the UK way back in the late 90s. Before everybody was internet dating. That was fun to try to figure out the times, all the time when we could talk on the phone. Ooh, looks like it might try to rain again. I love how long that last little rainstorm lasted. Looks like George left us. Just you and me. Unless my count is wrong. Phone's ringing. I'll be right back. I'm back. Dang it. Looks like you guys left. I guess I could have answered the phone on my watch. I was hoping that you guys would be able to see this one last great view coming over the hill with the pastures and the barn. Unless you are here and my count is just wrong because I had to change apps. Well, if any of you guys that were with me for the last 30 minutes come back to watch the tail end of this, after it processes. Lee, it's going to take forever for this to process. I won't be able to read live chat after that until it's done. So please, please. Oh, who's back? Somebody's back. Or not. Anyway, please leave some suggestions on this video. I will specifically look at this video for any requests. Just like on my live chili making video, I went back to that chat lot. Hey Evan, I went back to that chat to remember some of the suggestions that were given to me for songs. Looky there, there's some Trump signs for you guys who were asking earlier. Still in this guy's yard. I feel like I should make note of when he finally pulls them. How are you, Evan? Just about to head back home. Woo. They are starting to test the new satellite burners for people who start carrying speeds. No, I don't. And that's cool. When I first moved out here, Lee, I was able to get when we first moved out here, I was able to get satellite, but they charge you like $65 for only 10 gigabytes, and nowadays that's next to nothing, especially if you want to stream Netflix or something like that. So I think I used it for about 6 months and then stopped. So anyway, Lee, I was talking to you while you were gone, so now I guess it doesn't matter. This video will probably take about 2 hours or more to process, and I won't be able to see the chat after that, until then rather. So if you want to leave some of your song suggestions on this video specifically, I can reference back to it. When people leave requests, I try to go look them up on YouTube and then save them in a playlist for myself, so I know what I'm supposed to be reacting to. That would be great. As the clouds are moving in, and you notice, Lee, how we've gone like wider out and a 2-lane highway to now a 2-lane road. I'm excited to get this unlimited if in fact we can connect to it. I'll find out once my husband gives me the approval to make the appointment for the installers. We're about to hit dirt road, so this might get a bit shaky. But anyway, I was saying with the storm clouds kind of breaking, and the sun is starting to shine a little bit over there. Actually, they just graded it the other day. Not too bad. It's not as holy as it was last week. It's relatively smooth. But if we get a lot of rain, it'll just wash all that repair away. But I think I'm going to take the scenic route. Yeah, this part is not very good. I don't know if they graded this part. I don't know why they didn't do the whole road at the same time. This is about 2 miles worth of dirt I live off of. But I'll take you to the overlook real quick. You can get a good view of part of Arkansas anyway. As much as I hate the fact that it's a red state. became famous or something. I don't know. Like I said, I've run out of ideas for Eurovision. When does it start? Because for some reason, I thought it was the beginning of the year, like American Idol. But is it not until spring? This road here that I just passed goes in a big circle. It connects to the road that was just past the bridge up there a minute ago, but it's really, really rough. Such a huge contest. Maybe us Americans just like to stretch the shit out of things, because with that many competitors, you would think, okay, see how I turned right just here? This is normally not the way I would go home. I'm gonna go check out the view. But yeah, I have a feeling that our American version of that is going to run a lot longer, unless they try to do it the same. I mean, like, have you ever watched American Idol? By the time they get down to the 20 finalists, everybody sings every week, and only one person gets eliminated every week. Well, no, I take that back. I think the first week we get rid of 4 or 6, and then the second week we get rid of like 4, and then once you get to the final 10, yeah, but is it televised? I mean, you can't milk it for ratings if you only show 3. This road is actually really pretty. I don't come up here on this side very often. This is technically, I guess, the right side of the mountain, or the west side of the small mountain that my house sits against. This is a little tricky to go up because it's windy and gravelly. And when you come down the other side, the very first time I came down the other side, I didn't realize there was a really sharp curve at the top. And yeah, I wouldn't want to roll off. That happened a couple years ago to somebody that was trying to, I guess, evade the cops or something. Oh, okay, I see. I guess that makes a little more sense. This curve right here, if you're not knowledgeable that it's here, it's easy to just like shoot right off the side. So this is technically the top of this short mountain. You saw the water tower. That's what the air fiber is on. Part of it is just, up here there's not as many stones. Some of it is just colored red because that's, when this soil gets wet, I think it's got a little bit of clay in it. It turns this color. A lot of that is leaves too, because the leaves are falling. Okay, there's a lot of rocks here actually. The more areas that people drive, the less rocks. They get kicked away. Okay, I'm always uncomfortable here because this guy's house is right here by the overlook. And I might actually snap a couple photos while I'm here because the sun is highlighting the peaks of those hills over there with the fall foliage just beautifully. Back up, get some of those trees out of my way. I really should make friends with this guy that lives here because I come up here and take pictures every once in a while. actually, I don't want that little squiggly tree in my way either. I don't know if I want to get out of the car. I think he has a dog. But open the door and I don't hear one. Plus I'm down to 22% battery. I actually did a maternity shoot on this hill a few years ago. It looks grainier as you zoom in. I don't know if I can take a picture while this is on. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, are you still with me? No. Here's a non-zoomed in view because I forgot the camera was zoomed in on my dash. I took a couple photos. Oh, you are still here. Cool. So yeah, there's the non-zoomed out version. I took a few photos. I'll post them somewhere. Probably when the video's done processing and I edit them, I will add it to my comment. But yeah, let's get off of this. Like, can you see that valley? How gorgeous is that? You're very welcome. You're just gonna have to live with the seatbelt signal for now, because I won't be driving over 20 miles an hour between now and when I get home. Oh good, it stopped. I heard the dog bark while I was out taking a picture, but I don't think he's out. I didn't realize that my UK audience was maybe a halfway decent size. Well, there's no chili this time, Chris. And we ate it all because nobody asked for some. That's true. So you're right. Maybe even if I think it's silly, I should find more compilations. But yeah, Chris, I saw that you had liked or commented or something. A couple of people had actually commented, and I was mad that those got blocked, and I had to keep re-uploading. But this water tower here, which just went out of view, is the one that supposedly my new internet signal will be on. people like me. It's called air fiber. They basically piggyback off of a fiber signal. Woo, I love this curve. With radio waves. And that tower I just passed has one of the antennas on it. But they said that with radio waves, I have to be in line of sight. I don't think trees affect it too much, but if the mountain isn't shaped correctly to make it happy, there's a possibility that even with a 50-foot pole, and she said that they've installed 50-foot poles to put an antenna up on before, that she said I could still get the signal. So I don't know if you have, being a ham radio operator, have any insight on that. So if there's an antenna up there on the water tower, let me get back to the little triangle part where I'm gonna have to go left. I have to go at where my house splits off. Well, and see, do all radio waves work the same? Like, if I can get an FM station from Springfield 90 miles away, or is it just because it's stronger? There's obviously things between me and Springfield. Quite a few mountains, actually. So, she seemed confident that I would be able to get it, though. I'll find out when the installer comes. Well, once I talk my husband into paying for it. Okay, so now we're back at the farm that's at the bottom of my hill. I'm going to turn back around. You'll get a better view of the water tower and a view of the angle of the quote-unquote small mountain, and you'll see what I mean. In fact, if you want to private message me somewhere on Instagram or something, I could even show you what the Google Earth map looks like and how the elevation is. And thank you. Maybe keep my hope up that I will actually be able to get internet at 10 megabits per second. Not the 3.5 that my phone gives me. All right, so
New message. Delete with
my husband literally must have just got home because he just messaged me, how did he beat me home? He must have gotten to the house just as I was up at the top of the mountain. But anyway. Alright, see this view right here. You can see the tower up there in the right hand corner. Let me go over here. You see the tower. Oof. You see the mountain. Now, if you follow the mountain over here to the left, a ways, well, trees are in the way. Right there, as it starts to go down, that's where my hill, the large hill is that I have to drive up to get back to my house. But then it goes back down a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Maybe 15 feet max elevation-wise. So, if you keep that in mind, maybe you'll be able to tell me if I'll still get a signal once I show you what I'm up against. Alright, I got it. Actually, I'm going to use a watch. Alright. Wow, that was ridiculous. You had a package at the post office. Are we back? I don't know how I got disconnected down there by the mailboxes. That never, ever, ever happens. Are you back with me, Chris?
New message.
Chris? Alright, I don't know who's watching with me now, but if you come to watch the tail end of this, you can still see the shape of the mountain between these trees. This is the hill that I have to go up and come back somewhat down. Okay, yes, I'm back. Did you just see what I said before I head up this hill? Yeah, I don't know how I got reconnected down there by the mailboxes, because that never happens. That was very strange. My watch wouldn't connect either when I kept trying to text my husband. Okay, yeah, so you can still see that that's the same part of the mountain. And I don't think this is that much higher. It looks a lot higher. Like, I've driven it 1,000 times, so to someone like you, it might seem a little bit steeper or higher. It's gonna get really shaky. Hold on. I don't know if I can see it. It would have been on the very, very right side of the screen. Oh my god, this thing is a disaster to drive. Alright, so technically, this little flat area is also considered the top. But I don't know. Let me pull into this little guy's patch. I don't think you can see the tower from here. The trees might be a tiny bit too high. According to Google Earth, though, it's not taller. But about where the sun is probably where the tower is. I can show you. If my map, if my internet is good enough later, I can show you I saved it on Google Earth, but now we're going back down a little bit, but not, I don't know, maybe about the same as my starting point. I kind of wish that they had just like cut all of this through when they originally built down here instead of the whole uphill downhill thing. Because when it ices out here and when it snows bad, we are stuck. Okay, see, no, this only feels like it's about halfway down the hill. Yeah, this only feels about half as high as the hill I just went up. I mean, technically, if you go further down, there is a valley. It is a bit of a valley, but I'm the first, pretty much the first house. You can still see the hill in the side view of the camera. And she said there has to be a cord running to the house, because I asked her if she could put it up far away, because we own 15 acres. We could get to close to the top of the hill on our own property, but that doesn't do me any good. She'd have to run a cord that far, and I don't think they're going to do that. It's a new air fiber. I don't remember the name of it for sure, but it's what they have. It's a new service out here where they piggyback off of fiber with radio waves. And why is my husband parked so fucking close? But anywho, I'm gonna show you the topography real quick, right where I am. Hi, baby girl. Excuse me. So this is a driveway I just came up. But when you stand in the driveway, I have that. So if I were to climb through those trees and get to the top, it's probably about 50 feet back there. I could probably get close to the crest. But as I'm looking now, I think it gets a little bit lower towards the backyard. So I wonder if having her put a 50-foot pole on the back corner of the house would be high enough to catch a signal. Yeah. See, here's my backyard. Literally butt up against this thing. Okay. So this is the farthest back corner of the house. So if I put it there, I don't know if that looks lower or not. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. If you attach a 50-foot pole, that would catch a signal, wouldn't it? A radio signal? Let me back this out. It's a 1-story house. While we're here, here's the rest of the view. You can see mountains over there, a mountain. But yeah, if for internet. Anyway, thanks for humoring me. If you want to IM me on Instagram or Twitter, I think they're both up on my page. Yeah, if you want to do that, I can send you a copy of the Google Earth map that I have with the measurements of like elevation and stuff. Maybe you'll get a better idea that way. But I'm gonna wrap this stream up, and or maybe I could do like do you have Google Photos? I could try to figure out how to make just a public link so that if you click on it, that's all you'll see and not my whole Google Photos. I think that's what I'll do. So when this video processes, look for a Google Earth or a Google Photos link in the description. Because I know you can say projects in Google Earth. I just figured that out. And then let me know in the comments. I'm hoping to have it done in the middle of the month, so it'll be prorated. It only costs $30. Why is my video look weird and shaky? And give me your feedback. Let me know what you know. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks everybody who watched and tuned in and kept me company while I went to town. Everybody have a good evening. And I'll see you guys soon. Say hi, puppies.